So it's been kind of cold here up in Washington, and we're going to make soup tonight because, you know, you always want something warm when it's cold. So we're making tortilla soup, and we're going to cut the onions into slivers, halved and then cut into little slivers like that. I'm sure there's a special word for it, but I'm just going to call it slivers. And we're going to use about a half an onion. But first, we got our soup pot heated up here. And we're going to put a tablespoon or so of lard in there. If you're making it vegetarian style, just use some oil, vegetable oil, avocado oil, something like that. But we're just going to put some bacon fat that I keep in the fridge. I save my bacon fat. And we're going to cook our onions in it. So into the pot, we're putting that half an onion that we sliced up. Roll it around. We're going to let it get all good in there. And then we're going to add some diced tomatoes, fire roasted if you can, and fire roasted green chilies and poblanos. We're going to let that get nice and softened. It smells so good because it's got leftover bacon grease. Smells so good. So good. This is one of my favorite soups to make. And I make it a lot without the bacon fat during Lent because it can be a vegetarian soup. But you can add chicken if you want. That'd be fine. So we're going to add in our diced green chilies. A can of those in the pot. Fire roasted diced tomatoes in the pot. Corn, fresh corn if you have it. If you don't, you can use frozen. I have frozen corn right now because it's winter. You know, we got the field out there that we're trying to rototill so I can grow a bunch of corn this season. And some field peas, which I'm going to put actually 2 cups of corn in the pot here. Field peas are so good, and they grow them down south. And we were able to bring some home with us to plant here. I just need the room to plant it. So we're working on that. So we got all this stuff in here, and now we're going to add our broth. So I like to I use better than bouillon. So I just kind of eyeball a big spoonful of that and then stir it up and add water to the pot. But you know, you can measure, if you're a measure, it's going to be about 8 cups of chicken broth or vegetable broth if you are making the vegetarian version. But this is how I do it. Just like this. Fill it up with water. Because the best part about this soup is it's a broth-based soup. It's getting all these flavors incorporated into broth, and you want it to be really brothy because your tortilla chips are going to sit in there, and that's just the whole idea of tortilla soup. So I'm going to stir it up really good. Give it just a little taste. And it's tasting really good. We need some salt. We're going to put some salt in there. Now this recipe is on the website, outwestlifestyle.com. But this is a little twist on the variation there. I've added tomatoes to this. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. This time I did. And that's what's in here. We're going to add a little bit of cumin, just a pinch, because cumin is pretty powerful stuff. And we just want a little bit in there. So maybe like a 1/4 of a teaspoon is going in there. I just got these spice jars and they stick to the fridge. They're pretty awesome. Except you can't see the label, which is my only problem. Maybe some people can see it, but my eyes don't work like that. So So we're going to bring this up to a simmer, and we really want to simmer it for at least 30 minutes to get the flavors incorporated in there. So we forgot to add the garlic. That's okay. Since it's going to simmer, it's all going to get worked in there anyways. We're just going to add our garlic right now. So I'm just doing one big clove of garlic. Gotta have garlic. I love garlic. Usually I add more garlic than asked for in the recipe because I like it so much. You know, some people don't like it, but I do. So we're just gonna mince it up really good and add it into our soup. We'll let it all simmer together. We would have added it during the saute part, but we forgot. So it's okay. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to add corn tortilla. So normally I get the small ones. These are the big ones, so we only need about half of the big one. We're going to tear it into little pieces and just put it in here before it starts simmering. And it's going to simmer, dissolve in the broth, and give a nice texture. It's kind of like a thickener to the soup. And then later we're going to serve it with tortilla chips. So, and avocado and cilantro and all that. So right now, that's what's going in there. And we're going to stir it up. Let it simmer. Let's see here. That's about it. So we'll simmer for 30 minutes and we'll come in and check it out. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes and our soup is smelling really good. We're going to put some in a bowl. Lots of broth. A little bit in the bowl. We're going to put our tortilla chips. A little bit more broth. Cheese. Oaxaca cheese. Let that get all melty. Some cilantro if you like cilantro. And I like to put some chopped avocado in there. So this is our soup. Let's get a spoon. Tortilla soup. That's so good. See the cheesy yumminess. You can really taste all that flavor. So good. Lots of cheesy yumminess. That is so good. Go to the website, make the tortilla soup. You can freeze it for later. It's